Alright, I'm playing more Why Am I Dead at Sea? And I've just been kind of wildly going around and talking to people because Paolo is gone and... Oh, can I check this out now? No, still nothing. Okay. Paolo's gone and I don't have my hint system anymore, so I've got to make my own progress here. So, Darryl, what do you think has happened to Donovan and Paolo? Once is nothing. Twice is a coincidence. 3 times? That's a pattern. I don't think we're going to be seeing them again. Do you believe that Gwen is guilty? No, not really. That's all you have to say? Yes. Have you considered that the key was planted in her room? I have. It sounds likely to me. Who do you think the killer is, then? Maybe you're asking the wrong questions. What makes you think it's one person? Oh, that's interesting. What are you saying? There's a conspiracy? Am I the only one that can sense it? Just how rotten the ship is? From wall to wall, from top to bottom, inside and out, it's nauseating. Maybe I'm the only innocent person here. But that's okay. I'll be far away from here very soon. Interesting theory. I don't know how true that would be, though. But there's... Oh, that's thrown a wrench in the works. Goodness, I hadn't considered. Well, then let's just assume it's Ferdinand's, Mercurio, and Garv all just working together. What do you think, or why do you think all of this has happened? I wouldn't look for one particular reason. Atomic bombs are so destructive because the initial reaction is able to spread so violently. But I suspect we haven't seen the real explosion just yet. Oh, that's an interesting thought. I don't love that. What should we do now? That depends. Are you religious? I don't like where your mind's heading. I don't know why we all just don't sit in a room and stare at each other until we reach our destination. No one's gonna murder anybody if they're being watched, right? What can you tell me about the captain? I've already asked this. She was nice. Is that like... They've just, they've made those options white again because I think they did a cool thing in making the people who did talk about her in the present tense start to talk about her in the past tense because they've accepted reality, which is super cool. I wasn't expecting them to do that. I wouldn't be pissed if they just kept talking in the present tense. God, I was just about to ask, where's Sue? But what an idiot, huh? Okay, Mercurio, what's going on? Oh, exclamation points here. Apparently his opinion on whether Gwen is guilty is important. So, what do you think? I'll answer the blue ones first, and then... let me ask, though, what can you tell me about the captain? I want to know if he speaks in the past tense. She drives the ship. Not drove. She was. I don't know if it means anything. I think I'm thinking too far into it. Never mind. What do you think has happened to Donovan and Paolo? Sorry, the same thing that happened to the captain, I'd guess. If they aren't on the ship, they must be off of it. And I don't think it's likely 3 people all lost their footing and slipped off at the same time. So, the answer's pretty simple. Someone killed them. You don't seem very upset. Being upset or not has nothing to do with it. Weeping doesn't bring anyone back, so I've learned to stop trying a long time ago. Besides, I didn't know any of those people. That's like kind of a Garv outlook on the situation. Like, he called the people that died bozos. Or, not these people that died, but the warehouse people that died. So that's kind of interesting that Mercurio has the same kind of thing. I'm almost considering if Darryl's theory is true that Mercurio and Garv are in this murder together. Just because I don't like them very much. They're suspicious. They're the most suspicious to me. I don't want to hate Ferdinand, and I kind of like Darryl. So, sorry though, I've just interrupted the dialogue. Besides, I don't know any of these people. How do you think they were killed? How the heck am I supposed to know? Considering we haven't found any crime scene, I'd guess it was quick and quiet. Anything else is random guessing. That's fair. I hate when people have opinions on things. I how would they know, you know? I'm surprised he didn't say, you know, there's a hatchet that we saw in Gwen's room when we locked her up, but whatever. What should we do now? We've got Gwen restrained. That should be the end of it. We can wait till we hit land and there's an official investigation. Though honestly, what are they gonna find that we haven't, or already haven't? Oh, that's interesting then. 'Cause, it kind of is a spoiler for, his answer to, do you believe that Gwen is guilty? 'Cause she said, I asked, what should we do now? And he's like, well, Gwen's locked up, so we're fine. We don't have to do anything. But, so that immediately tells me he thinks that she's guilty, which is surprising. I thought, I don't know if that's suspicious to me, or if that's... I don't know. I'm gonna say this, though. It's an exclamation point. Let's do it. Do you believe that Gwen is guilty? It kind of speaks for itself, doesn't it? The Master Key was last seen with Donovan. He goes missing, and all of a sudden, Gwen has it. We also know Donovan would have never willingly given it to anyone. He was on some sort of crusade. What if the key was planted in a room? Interesting thought, but I doubt it. For that to make sense, the person who had planted it would have to know for sure it would be found. No one had any control or foresight over where we searched, or if we even searched anything at all, except for the ship's staff. And I know staff isn't involved in this. How do you know? Here's the thing, you could be the murderer, man. You could be lying to me right now. I don't trust you. I know I've said this before, this option. I found some interesting things in the kitchen cabinet and fridge. I know I've said that option with somebody else, but it's white now, so I'll try it again. You mean the cabinet and fridge that I always have tightly locked when I'm not around? Yes, I'm sure you have. Again, I don't know if this is like new stuff, whatever. There was a strange smell of alcohol in the fridge. Wait, how did you get in the fridge? I definitely locked it. I don't know what you're talking about. That's not going to work. What? I'm gonna leave it. I've said that before with someone else, and it didn't really make any progress, and I don't want to read things again because I don't have the mental capacity to censor them out and not say them before I've already spoken. It's like a teleprompter with me. God. Here we go. Kayla, what do you think has happened to Donovan and Paolo? I bet you're gonna say something I like to hear. I'm gonna trust your theories. I guess everyone has decided they're dead. It seems so strange to decide that so quickly, but I guess there aren't many alternatives. Do you believe that Gwen is guilty? Honestly, I don't. I don't feel she's that kind of person. She's eccentric and scared, but not murderous. I refuse to think she's behind a triple homicide. It's crazy. Have you considered if the key was a plant? That makes it sound like the key was it has leaves and roots. You know what I'm trying to say. I have, yes. It makes a lot of sense to me. It's almost odd that more people haven't thought about that. Then how can our innocence be proven? I'm not sure. I guess one way would be to incriminate someone else. But that doesn't seem possible. We know so little about the disappearance of the captain, Donovan, and Paolo. So you think the killer is still free? It sounds like that to me. I bet it would be really convenient for that person if Gwen took all of the blame, don't you? It does. It really does. That's why, Mercurio saying, oh yeah, Gwen's guilty. That's suspicious. Don't walk away. I'm still talking. Sorry. Why do you think all of this has happened? I don't know. All I know is something big is going on here. Something larger than any of us. Call it a feeling. I just know. Hey, other people have said that. Like, things are, gonna kick off some more. Which I thought another double homicide on top of the already homicide. I thought that would be the extent of the craziness. This game really ramped up. I'm really happy. That makes me sound crazy. I just mean I'm happy it's getting interesting. Anywho, Kayla, what should we do now? I think if we want to get to the truth of things, Gwen needs to be cleared of guilt. Then we can focus on looking for the real culprit, whoever that is. What can you tell me about the captain? Yeah, once we get everybody's, worked up about it, then we can, work this out. It's gonna turn out that Kayla is the only innocent one. Everybody else is together on the murder, Even Donovan, he shot himself or something. I just, God, I'm still running with that freaking, what if there was 2 people, or multiple people that are in on it thing that Darryl said, and it's driving me crazy. Anywho, what can you tell me about the captain? We've already said that. Wait, what did she say at first, though? It's sad. Everything that's happened is so sad. I don't know why anyone would do this. Yeah, I think I've already read this. I'll just, quickly, I don't want her to have ellipsis over her head anymore, because I'm gonna start to think, oh, Kayla has something new to tell me, and it would not be the case. I really want to talk to Garv with Sue. Or with anyone, really. I still kind of distrust him. The fact that he's standing in front of the bathroom is a little weird. Is Paolo in here, man? Hey now. I just want to get through. Is Paolo locked in here? Paolo? Alright. Probably not. Oh. What do you think happened to Donovan and Paolo? The same thing that happened to the captain. It doesn't take much thought to realize that. Do you believe that Gwen is guilty? And I'm really anticipating his answer to this. I don't know what it's going to be, but I feel like it might be a very deciding factor in whether or not I think he's guilty. Several of the ship's staff seem pretty confident she is. As for me, I have my doubts. That's interesting. He's being honest. But then again, he's so conniving that he could be. You know, just trying to, I don't know, hide himself. But here I'm gonna doubt him no matter what. You know, I'm gonna go, oh, he said something I didn't expect. You are guilty, you know, or hey, you said something that I did expect. You're totally guilty. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm starting to trust Garv a little bit. He's trying to play detective, which is a little suspicious. Because I think he's trying to absolve himself of guilt by being like the detective in the issue. Like, oh, I care so much about the well-being of everybody here. Of course I wouldn't murder them. That kind of a thing, you know? Anywho, sorry, what doubts do you have, man? The only evidence that points to Gwen was the key found in her room. But it would have been extremely simple to plant the key. Now that's interesting. He's the first one to bring that theory to me. Either that tells me he did it and that's why he knows of it, or he's just that on top of things. In reality, there's almost nothing that actually tells us Gwen murdered 2 people last night. Interesting, I can't say how can Gwen be... I'll still ask that, but it's grayed out. Who do you think is guilty? Considering how Gwen was found guilty, I'd say it's very likely a staff member is guilty. Or at least involved in some way. You're right, because they... Oh, but then... Goodness, man, I don't know about you. Goodness, this has thrown a bunch of freaking wrenches in my works here. My God. I am at a loss, because he's kind of predicting my moves here. He's predicting what I'm gonna say. I've asked these people these kind of things. Like, someone brought up that, like, oh, you know, the 4 staff went to the room, we'd know, or, like, whoever planted the key would have to know we were gonna search there, and so it would have to be one of the staff. And now he's saying that theory. And, you know, or at least involved in some way. That implies, to me, like Mercurio, definitely. And that also implies Garv. I wonder if Garv is trying to throw Mercurio under the bridge a little bit. You know, because I think they're slightly accomplices. I think Mercurio's gotten in over his head. I'm just wildly speculating. I apologize. You just want to see the end of the dialogue here. If a staff member planted the key in Gwen's room, they could be absolutely sure it was found during the search of the ship. The search also seemed a little sudden, considering how slow everything was to react. So everyone was to react when the captain turned up missing. How can Gwen be proven innocent? If it was revealed that Gwen didn't take the key from Donovan, that would be enough. The ship's staff were the ones who found it. I would be willing to bet that one of them is complicit in her framing. If they told the truth, I think we'd come much closer to finding the true killer. If they told are you saying that they'd be the killer, or we could find the true killer through them? That's... I don't know. The only evidence that points to Gwen was the key found in her room. Would have been extremely simple to plant the key. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Already heard that. Why do you think all of this has happened? If Donovan was looking for the captain, it's possible the culprit got rid of him to cover their tracks. I couldn't tell you about Paolo. He seemed to be holed up in his room all day, so I don't know where he fits into that. But it seemed like the work of someone who is indiscriminate and doesn't premeditate, goodness, that was a tongue twister, and doesn't premeditate things. A killer. So just like a wild... Let me... Okay. He's very on top of things. I don't know whether that makes him more suspicious or less suspicious. What should we do now? Definitely not sit around and wait for the ship to land. I like that you're saying that. If I'm right, the murderer is still quite free to walk around here. When we reach land, he or she will likely slip through our fingers and we can say goodbye to finding out the truth. Not to mention the distinct possibility that more people become victims before we get that far. No. We need to clear Gwen's name and continue an investigation. Dare I say, we should pick up wherever Donovan left off. Oh my god, he is hitting every nail on the head here. But how does he know Donovan was looking into it, is what I wonder. He seems to know a little too much. But he's saying all the right things. This is tough. What can you tell me about the captain? Right. I've already heard this, I think. I just want to get it out of here so I don't think I have to talk to him again. What was I thinking? I want to check again. What are you holding, man? He's carrying what looks like toys for his pets, washcloth, and something that looks like a walkie-talkie. Okay. Interesting. Before he had a syringe. I know it. I know he was carrying a syringe before. I was going to make a point on that and say, look, he's carrying around a syringe. That's totally, that's what... Because Donovan was talking about how the killer would put people to, would they put him to sleep? Something. They'd keep him alive, is what he said. Somehow. Just barely alive. Because they got some sick pleasure out of that. And I was thinking... Well, a syringe would probably do that, right? Some sort of syringe, some sort of drug that you'd give someone. And so I thought, let me show you guys here that this Joker is holding around a syringe that would be used to do that, but now he's not. And would that mean he's already used them? Has he used them to do it to Paolo, my best friend? I don't know. I'm highly suspicious now that he has toys. I think the toys is just whatever, but a washcloth and something that looks like a walkie-talkie. Let me try doing that to Mercurio. I'm interested to see if he has the same kind of walkie-talkie. Oh, hey, Kayla, what are you holding now? Just to make sure. She's got a bunch of folded up $1 bills and a notepad. Okay, so same thing. Not changed. God, the fact that Garv's has changed, though, that throws him so much, that's so much suspicion right there, right? Notepad and a keychain. Also a paintbrush. Doesn't seem like Mark to carry that around. He's too much of a clean freak. Why the heck do you got a paintbrush? What are you carrying around that for? I've already answered or asked these things. Maybe I'll do him for a while. What do you... Here's his, whatever vision. Because he can look and see, I don't know what he's seeing, but he can see things. I don't know if that has to do with anything, though. But I know there was the maybe he can see blood where murders happened. Or where someone was taken. Something having to do with that. Maybe it is. Is it blood? Does he just have that, infrared vision? But he's not mentioning it. He's not going, oh my god, so much blood has been spilled here. Whatever. You'd think someone would mention. And yeah, that gives us a little information. It tells us that, we already know about the cleaning closet. Can I look into it again? Right. I wonder if, let me check out, does, Ferdinand now have the, master key? And if so, can I use it to, look in the cleaning closet again? He's got a staff keys with him, makes sense. He's also got pliers, a fork, and a small vice. Doing handiwork, maybe? Wait, that's different too, isn't it? Before he had combs and makeup. Now he's got pliers, a fork, and a small vice? Oh my god, if he has those things, it's doing handiwork, maybe? Would he be closing up the crawl space spot that I found or whatever that spot that Donovan got shot at? Is that what he's doing? Is he trying to hide it? Everyone's suspicious, oh my goodness. I'm gonna throw suspicion at the 3 people whose inventories changed, my goodness. What is but he doesn't have the master key, right? It didn't say that, I don't think. Which is weird. What do you got, man? So nothing. Nothing's changed there, so I think that's fine. I don't trust Darryl, really. I mean, God, I don't suspect Darryl, I mean to say. I trust him just fine. Who am I not going around with? I tried Mercurio for a bit, but I didn't seem to do anything. Has Alton... Or who hasn't talked to Gwen is a good thing. Like, Garv did, Sue did. Let me try Mercurio, because he doesn't trust her. And he's a potential killer. Probably kills people with paintbrushes, you know? Hey there. Hey, do you think I'm guilty? That I killed Donovan and Paolo? Sure, yeah, I could see it. No, it's impossible. I couldn't. Hey there. No, not really. Then why don't you say anything? Why don't you tell the others? I don't understand. So nothing really happened there. I'm a little confused as to how to make progress here. Because I can fully control her, but I can't really do anything if I can't get up. I have to find some way to clear her of all suspicion. I'm gonna try another trip to, nothing. Okay. I don't know, because in the beginning, I don't know if it was last part of this part, I think it was last part, but I went into her mind and seemed to calm her down. She's not paranoid anymore, it seems, but I still can't, you know, do anything about that. A backpack lies on the floor. Root through it. I guess I can now, right? Shamelessly rooting through someone else's backpack reveals assorted medicines, family photos, a can of mace, and what appears to be small souvenirs. A strange combination. None of that is very suspicious to me. But apparently Ferdinand is just whatever. Yeah, she's still a killer. There's a big hatchet propped up against the wall. Nothing weird about that. So he doesn't say, oh, I definitely think she's a killer now. Can't look in the drawer. Now's not the time to sleep. Huh. How do I clear her? How do I clear her name? Let me try, Darryl. Because Darryl definitely doesn't suspect her. And I want to try... Do I have full control of him? No, I think the game's being smart and not allowing me full control of a lot of the potential suspects. Like, Darryl, if we're being honest, is still a potential suspect, but I don't think he is. You've seen better days. Yeah, I have. Thanks, I guess. You know I didn't do it, right? Yeah, I know. Then why don't you tell anyone? Can you help me? I have no evidence or proof. Still, can't you talk to people? I think they'd listen to you. You can reason with them. Seen better days? Yeah, I know. It doesn't matter. What do you mean it doesn't matter? There's potentially a murderer on the loose on the ship. You've seen better days. I don't know anything. Of course. No one here trusts me. Huh. That didn't really do much. It's just the kind of same thing she's telling everybody else. Like, oh please help. I am innocent, I promise. I can't talk to Ferdinand about it. What can be done here then? What can be done? Gosh darn, I don't have Paolo to help me out. I can only rely on, myself here, which sucks. It doesn't look like I can examine anything in this room. Is the captain's room any different? No. Can I go in the captain's room now? Let me see if you can unlock things. Maybe it does have the master key and I just didn't know about it. Oh, I can. Can I unlock this chest? Open it. Giant chest is locked. He has a set of keys on him, though. Looks like I can't really do anything. At least here. What else was I thinking? I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking. The heck can I do? Because Donovan had the master key, but now, Gwen took it, or not took it, but it was planted in her room. But now it's just gone, it's vaporized. Someone has to have it, because I want to use it to look and do things, and I feel like it could help, right? It would do something. Kayla, I need your help. What am I missing here? Can you please, like... Please do something. God, I'm trying to think in my mind who does what and what can be done. My mind's pretty blank right now. What are you thinking, man? Do your job. Protect the cargo. That's not your job, though. She'll be released when we dock. Mind your own business. Interesting. I keep forgetting to check people's thoughts because they do change. It's a lie. Gwen's key wasn't the same. Donovan was wrong. I need to something. I should have told him everything. This is getting out of control. I need to tell someone. Huh. Interesting, but it seems like you've talked to everyone, right? Let me just normal control, yeah. Does it give me other options? Maybe she has to trust somebody. Does she trust Ferdinand? Doesn't trust Alton. She's got to tell someone something about this. She's freaking out. Can I, no more options still? Well, gosh darn. Can she, Nothing. Okay, well, let me read other people's minds. Maybe it'll give me some idea. Are you still thinking about time? We need to work together. Keep writing. We need to work together. Who is doing this? Everyone here is in pain, maybe? I didn't read that. Oh, Mom, is that you? No, that was just in my head. Also, I think it looked more like the captain when I think back on it. I guess I saw what I wanted to see. Interesting. I keep forgetting I can talk to people like this. Maybe I'll do that a little bit more. Mari? It's really you, isn't it? I'm so sorry. Oh, God, I forgot. She reminded, or the captain reminds Darryl of Mari. I'm so sorry. It's all my fault. I should have seen what was happening. How could I not have seen? It should have been me. It should have been me. Listen. Oh, sick. I can go in his head now. Darryl, what's troubling you? Oh, Darryl. Pathetic. Worthless. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. You didn't deserve her. Oh, man. Darryl, it's me. Mari. Is that you? Yes, I'm Mari. I figure the best route is to pretend like I am, who they think I am. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love you. Why are you sorry? I should have done more. Should have noticed. It's my fault. I should have been there. It's my fault. It's my fault. The others are in trouble. You have to help them. I think that's the best thing to say in this situation. You know, you need to move on. I don't know. It's not your fault. I think this is the most relevant to what I want him to do, actually. The others are in trouble. You have to help them. Who? I don't understand. Please don't leave. I'm sorry. I guess he wouldn't think that Mari would know about that, so I'm gonna say it's not your fault, then. Then why? I don't understand. Why did you go? Oh, God. Here we go. Because I wanted to die, because I hated myself, because I was under too much pressure, or because I was sick. I'm gonna say because I was sick. I think that's the one that's most, like, best to say, because that would kind of imply that, no, you couldn't have done anything. She was sick, She was depressed. There's just nothing you can do. Oh, I've just realized now there's a bloody razor on the floor. Darryl, you poor guy. You've been dealing with so much here. Because I was sick. Sick? What do you mean? I wasn't myself. I was mentally ill, and I wasn't being treated. I was having terrible thoughts, incredibly painful thoughts, and I couldn't escape them. My thoughts and feelings were distorted. I wasn't myself. There had to be another way. I want to help you, but I can't. I couldn't. I know. I'm sorry. I can't change what I've done. It's too late for me. But it's not too late for you, Darryl. You can still be happy. Maybe right now you don't even want to be happy, but someday you will, and you can. Please, don't give up hope. Oh, beautiful then. I just had the strangest feeling wash over me. Like I just woke up from a living nightmare. Mari, was that the nightmare you were in at that time? Full control of Darryl. Beautiful. I do apologize, but I realize it's been much longer than it should have been, but I just wanted to get that progress done. I feel like now I can fully control him and do a lot more. That's probably the progress I was supposed to make. I can also talk to other people as a ghost and maybe get full control of them. But anywho, I think I will, quit out here. I always like to have for the next part some idea of how to make progress, so I do apologize that it ran long. Save and quit. Yeah, that's it.